welcome to the Three Technoteers. I'm Steven, and I'm joined by Tony and Chilton. And we got a few new articles to go over with everyone, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, Japan is getting into the reusable rocket game. They already have Honda working on it. They have had success with the rocket, but now JAXA, Japan's government-controlled space agency, they are working on their own little hopper robot, like the old Starship ones, the little ones that they just hop up, little 30, 40, 50 meters high and then come back down just to test landing and movement and all that kind
Awesome.
of stuff. So yeah, they what was it? Let me look at the article real quick. So they launched it about it only went up like 33 feet and then moved horizontally like 50 feet and then came back down. Uh, Landed perfectly. Oh, actually,
Still,
I got
that's
the video right here. I can play it real quick. Let me
yeah,
get the screen share going. Um, Bro. Oh no, I clicked an ad. Oops. Uh, uh, Come on. The stupid
that's
Zoom
cool,
thing
man.
up top. All right, cool. Y'all can see it.
Yep.
I see it. That
Pretty
is very
smooth.
stable.
Yeah,
I
like
was gonna
god
say,
dang. They need to work on their fuel mixture a little bit, it looks like.
yeah, this is kind of visually unappealing though for Japan. I was expecting some kind of anime, Gundam Rocket here or something like that.
The Honda Rocket looks a lot cooler.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this one's super like old Soviet kind of look to it,
yeah.
real
Yeah.
like brutal looking, just plain get the job done kind of look. Yeah, hey, not bad though. That was a
Not bad.
very nice flight. So yeah, they're definitely getting to it. How do I? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're definitely getting the hang of the reusable rockets. The Honda one, I think it went like way higher. I think it went like a few miles up or something. I don't remember the exact
Awesome.
details on that.
Hey, is that your robot back there? Is that
Yeah,
one of your robots?
yeah. I haven't worked on it in months, but yeah, this is gonna be the newest version of the AI robot once I finally get around to working on it. It's gonna have
You,
it's got the Arduino there, it'll have the Raspberry Pi here. I'm gonna have slightly smaller batteries on it, and then it'll have two solar panels up top.
that's amazing, man. That is absolutely amazing. We need to do a video on just your robots. So you built some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I gotta actually finish building it. Right now, it's like I don't even remember how the code works because it's been so dang long.
Yeah,
But
that's how it is.
whatever.
That's how it is. Yeah,
I
a big misconception about programming is that you remember all of your code, and realistically, most people don't remember their code from a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, no, like at this point, like if I basically have to like show Chat GPT my code a lot of times, be like, all right, so how does this work again? Because I just don't remember. Like I straight up don't remember. And I already have bad memory to start with. Ask my girlfriend, and all the time she's asked me to do the dishes.
Have a thing on that note, but I don't have it with me right now. Yeah, I was gonna say what I used to do was take really, really, really extensive notes on all the code that I wrote, so that I could remember what I was doing a week later, just a week later. Otherwise, I just didn't know.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a good
I've known some
idea.
other people who thought they were, who claimed that they could remember everything they did, but I've personally, it's never worked for me.
I mean,
My
I
own
ha
memory is crap.
I have my to-do lists, with all the stuff checked off, that I've done, but it doesn't really like, go into detail about like the actual like low level code logic and all that kind of stuff. It's just like add this feature and then that's
Yeah.
so yeah. Let's see. So what Tony, you had something what
Yeah.
what's your first
Well,
thing for today?
for kind of two things, I'll start on two was the whole SpaceX deal since they went public just a couple of months ago. But
Yeah,
I
how's that
thought
doing? I haven't looked at the price
it
of it.
well, so they just did another test run. I want to say it was last Thursday, and they aborted it. They scrubbed it because three of the engines didn't take off, and immediately after they scrubbed it, it plunged
Hmm.
like by 50%, I think is what they said.
Whoa.
Let me see
Hmm.
here. The plummeted
Is it
recent
still
weeks,
down that
falling.
much? Might have to
It
throw a
said
few bucks in.
falling below their 135 initial public offering. Stock dropped down to 124, representing a nearly 50% decline from the record post of 225.
Oh, from
Hmm.
the
Just
the
went.
record high. Okay, well,
Yeah, but
yeah,
the record high though was just they just went public only like a month ago.
yeah,
So even then though, but I found it funny that, just because they scrubbed this one rocket deal, this one launch, that you had everybody's reactions just like completely like, nope, we're not doing this,
yeah.
sell it all.
Even though that's literally what they do all the
What it's
time.
been doing.
Like,
That's the
yeah,
other thing.
like
Like
they
that's what it's
always
been
just
doing.
fly it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like,
He isn't just trying to blow it all up. He's literally like test it out. If it doesn't work, scrub it. You don't want to waste another, millions and millions of dollars just because you just want to let it fly.
yeah, yeah.
I think that
Which
that
and
to
that it
me.
actually is supposed to be able to fly even if it has a few engines cut off. So
Yeah,
like I'm curious if it could have still gone yesterday, but if it was just like an issue that could cause like an explosion or something
yeah.
instead of just the engines being cut off.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let's see here. SpaceX flight 13, I think. Yeah, let's see here. July 23rd. Yeah, scrubbed it because of three. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da. Yeah. So they scrubbed it because of three of the Raptor engines didn't ignite. But they didn't, and that was it. I mean, there's got to be more variables than that, and I think I like the fact too that they
Yeah.
just aren't talking about it either.
They
So
might just not know yet. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
only
and
been a couple
that's true
days,
too.
so
Yeah, for sure. I mean that's also a possibility. Um, so yeah, so that was one thing I thought was just how ironic and how fast people like wanted to jump ship,
yeah.
you know. But
So
also, who's
what
to
did
say
it
that
start
that's
out at again? You said 135,
it when they initially started it was 135
and what is it now?
peaking. It peaked at 225. Let me see your SpaceX stock. And then it plunged to 125
It's at
after they
125.
scrubbed that. Yeah. So,
That's what it's out at now is 125.
and right now it's less. Right now it's
Nice.
119.85.
Might have to
So if
throw a few
anything,
bucks in once it gets
now's
below
the time to
100.
buy.
Yeah,
Now's the
yeah.
time to buy, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, they're supposed to try the flight again here in a few days, I think. So maybe see how that goes and if it gets scrubbed again or crashes again, and it goes down even more, then buy. Or just
Yeah.
buy some now and then buy more later if it goes down even more, dollar cost average.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. I said July 23rd. It wasn't. It was the July 23rd is the next flight.
Yeah,
So,
so 3 days from now.
yeah, 3 days from now, they'll do that. So, for the Starship, the mega rocket this time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it will be interesting to see that. I think that'll be really cool. I know there's been a lot of videos and stuff going out there showing, showing size difference or size comparison to, I don't think people realize how big this whole thing is
Yeah,
either. So,
dude, it's so insane. It's literally as wide as a house. Like,
hmm
bruh.
White as a house, taller, was it taller than or as tall as the Empire State Building or something like that?
Yeah, something like,
So
dude,
it's
it's
just huge, just
insane.
this
It's
monstrous
insane.
launching skyscrapers now. You know, the other subject I got was so in China they debuted uh
Oh, wait, hold. Let's be
oh yeah,
structured.
you went
Like we'll do
sure,
one, and then move to the next
yeah,
person, then one.
Oh,
Move.
okay.
sure,
I got one. I got one.
Okay.
All right. So, uh, I don't have a drone right now. My wife got me a drone a few years ago, a little tiny one, and I used to ram it into the wall all the time because it was tiny and it had a propeller that didn't quite work right. But I'm fascinated by them because a bunch of my work in the past has dealt with reconstructing 3D scenes. And so I'm looking at another one, and there are two interesting things that have happened in the drone world that I want to show you real quick. I'm going to throw up the screen here. So share. There we go. Okay. So the first one is, so this thing here, this guy,
Does it only
he
have two?
flies, it has two, right, it has two rotors, and it flies at 62 decibels. That's
really,
That's like
normal
whispering.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
not bad. Not
That's
bad.
pretty cool. So what?
It
Was got
is.
some like specifically shaped propellers or something?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of research into
Oh, and less
shaping the
propellers would be
rotors
quieter too. Huh.
correct. So you have a few things. So you have an aerodynamic wake from the other propellers that you don't have crosswind cutting into, and then these two are specially shaped propellers, all kinds of cool stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't tell this from the video. You can't really tell from this, but um, I believe that these rotors are rotating in the opposite directions, and that's how
Mhm.
it's able to maintain its stability.
Yeah.
It's similar to the Chinook helicopters. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, with the one in the front and
I
one in the back.
yeah. So that's same concept, but side to side. This does, however, prove my theory that you could, with enough power, put a one wing, one blade on each wing of a backpack and fly. I'm convinced we're going to see that in my
Oh yeah.
lifetime as a
Oh yeah.
backpack with two. So this was really cool. But there was another one
Heck, we
that
could probably
this
make that for like 5 to 10 grand, honestly.
probably so. Okay, so this is a really cool one too. This goes the
Oh,
other
the
direction. It's
spinning
loud
one.
as
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
this is loud as
yes.
hell, but it becomes transparent basically at high speeds because
High
Yeah.
speeds,
it
yeah.
actually looks like it looks like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
it's
my girlfriend brought up a cool idea too. Like, she's like, I wonder if they could make it a different color or something, make it even less, or even more
Oh,
see-through,
sure.
Because like it's made out of the
Depend
black carbon, I guess, paint it
yeah.
white or something, or like camouflage it to whatever the environment you're going into.
if it was reflective and it spun, you would have
Oh,
even more.
hmm
Yeah, it would be
yeah,
really difficult to see that
yeah.
because even you would still you don't really have motion blur if the surface is reflective.
But a rough,
Um,
a rough reflective surface though, because smooth would be like, you'd be able to see the light
Shimmer.
shining off of it and
Yeah.
stuff too
You
easily.
get your glint,
But
your flare
yeah,
from it.
yeah. But like a rough
it would be
surface,
interesting.
like fool's gold kind of surface,
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
pyrite.
No,
real rough
Be
texture.
like a pyrite set up there. Yeah, that's really cool too.
Yeah. How many
yeah. I'm
propellers
feeling.
does it have?
I think it has two.
Huh.
I think that it has two, and they're not. As you can see here, the positioning isn't. What are they called? They're tangentially positioned. So you have one that's providing vertical and one that's providing horizontal thrust. But the
Oh, I
horizontal
see.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
So what? So the trick here is the vertical one is rotating around one axis. Let's say this way. Hey, you can see my hand. Okay, so we're going around this way. And the entire thing is going to spin as a result. It'll just naturally spin like that. And normally on a helicopter, you have your top rotor and you have your back rotor, and the back rotor counteracts the rotation of the top rotor, and that allows it to keep going straight. Of course, if you lose control of the back rotor, then the copter start to fall out of control. But if you did the opposite and you had the back rotor pulling into that turn, you would go faster and faster. And that's what they're doing here. The problem is that as you do that, you decrease your thrust vector uh, at the same rate that you're spinning. So the
Oh,
that
because you're
little
taking speed
prop on the
away
bottom.
from the spin that it would be putting into it,
Yeah,
basically.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sucker on the bottom has to spin even faster. And one of the things that they don't that the video shows, but no one talks about when you see news segments about this, is that this has to be launched initially from basically this big. Do you remember those? What was it, Beyblades or something like that?
You,
Was a
Yeah.
you
thing, and
just
the
like,
tops and all these things.
oh, it
Zoof,
tops and all that. Yeah,
right?
you
Yeah.
just
Yeah. So you got to spin the sucker up first before it's going to run because it can't produce thrust on its own to lift. It can only produce thrust to hold it in place. It's not quite powerful enough to do a static liftoff yet. And that's the trick because it has to be moving at speed to maintain that balance.
yeah.
You don't have the ability to eventually wind up to that point. At least they're not showing
So
it if they can.
so could you imagine, hear me out, okay? So could you imagine that if you had a drone, let's say you use a agricultural drone, DJI makes like a 40110 or whatever to
Sure.
to
Big
fly out there.
one.
So they're pretty big, right? Size of a go-kart, okay? It takes off and let's say it runs 10 of these on there. So then you have it as a individual drop ship kind of deal, right? What if
Oh,
it
use it
spun
as
these
like a Protoss battle
kind
cruiser
of like,
or whatever
yeah,
it's called,
so it would
carrier.
it would drop those out. But hear me out. What if they were able to make like the world's smallest transmitter receiver for radar? And now you use it above your territory that you're going over to see where people are moving around at.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then if it talks back and you're able to see it as multiple radar, you'll be able to see people walking around and doing everything.
And you can triangulate stuff easily too because you
Yeah,
got all the different reference points.
nonstop, nonstop.
Mm, yeah. Hmm.
That
Yeah.
would
Man,
be
that's wild.
Yeah.
that would be interesting.
All right,
I'd like to
so
hear how loud that
Well, so
is.
yeah.
I would
Turn the
too.
volume up on that if it's
Oh,
got volume.
but they're not
They're
playing it at
top.
full volume. I've looked into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's loud. This
yeah. I
But I
bet.
this
mean, could
is
you imagine just like,
optimized.
because that's also indoors, it's in a closed area. So, you know, all weather protected. So you don't have any gusts of winds or anything like that either. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be something else to be interested in. I think that'd be really cool to be able to do a group of stuff and be able to produce some kind of radar with that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, dude.
So I've been watching a lot of those. I don't know if you guys remember that movie Screamers from the 80s. I think it was late 80s. It was a movie about these military guys go to another planet. They get there and they find that the other planet has these things called screamers. I don't remember the
Mm.
plot too well, but I do remember that they were drones that would scream at you as they popped out of the ground and ran across the ground because of the mechanism inside. It made this horrifying screaming sound. Well, you watch and that was the scary part was, it'd be silent and all of a sudden one of these things would see you and across the room and start screaming
Ah!
and it would jump at you yeah, exactly. But there were little spiky balls. That was all it was. Just a thing on the ground. It wasn't in the air. You watch these Ukraine and Russian troops fighting each other. That's the same situation. You got these things that are screaming that are flying through the
Yeah.
air. And if you watch any of the video of especially the Russian guys that are talking about what it's like fighting over there, you can hear all of the drones, like hundreds of them in
Yeah.
the air, just flying around constantly while they're fighting.
It's
And,
such
Yeah.
a scary sound, like hearing it in
Jesus.
that context.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
Yeah, just wild. So I follow a guy named in his YouTube Grand Thumb, and I like the guy a lot just because he does a lot of like tactical work, military runs. He debuts guns and stuff like that, and he reviews them. He's very intelligent on weaponry. And this last episode, a couple weeks ago, they were out and they were running with one of these Ukraine soldiers that had come back. I shouldn't say Ukraine soldier. I should say a soldier that went over there and was fighting in Ukraine. And so they came back and they were flying, had a race drone, and it was a 17-year-old kid flying this race drone, the same style that they use. Yep,
Got it?
that is it. And he's on the backside of a he talks about how
I'm not. You keep talking. I'm gonna.
yeah,
I'm just gonna
no
try.
no, you're
I'm
good, you're
trying to
good.
skip to the
So
part you're
he's
talking
he's
about.
he's showing in this one, he talks about them. There's another one where he is literally like on the mountainside and they're trying to shoot it down. So they have a shotgun, and I think they either both have shotguns or one he's got a shotgun. He's running a yep, right there. And he talks about how and I don't think they shot it down not one time. And they ran multiple different scenarios and they didn't shoot down a single drone.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And he's
I
like,
mean,
I
you're
don't
gonna
get how
have
you
you'd have to have like robotic guns
oh
to get it.
yeah.
Like, I mean, hands down, like plain and simple. Like that's just the only way to do it. Because,
Yeah.
dude,
You'd have to train it. You'd have to train that AI to listen for that pitch of noise, like it'd have to be more
hmm.
sound than anything, and then start scouting and looking.
Oh wow,
So I used
I
to.
could make so much money. No, I don't
Let
want
me
Yeah.
to
see if I
build
can find
weapons.
that.
I don't want to build
You know
weapons.
what? I
Right. Yeah.
I swear I saw that video and I didn't know that was this guy. I saw it and I couldn't find it afterwards. Boo. Well, we'll see if we can find. So, I used to shoot competitive skeet and trap, and if
Yeah.
you, for anyone that doesn't know that, there are two different types of basically slung lead little things. I don't know what they use now. They probably use plastic now. They used to use I think it was like a lead clay thing that they would fire, and it's supposed to simulate like birds taking off or birds flying across. And it's been 36 years since I last picked up a shotgun and tried this, but I was pretty good at it. The
Hey,
thing
do you
is, I
mind
was looking at the velocity.
taking
Yeah.
off the screen share while you're
Oh,
just talking?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
like it doesn't show our faces.
Oh, good point. Good point. There we go. Yeah, so it's been 36 years since I used to shoot that, but I was looking at the velocities of these things and trap and skeet compared to a drone. There's no
Oh,
comparison. A
yeah,
drone is so much faster.
dude, they got the
And
200 mile per hour drones nowadays. Like,
yeah,
Broke a
there's
new
that
world
would be
record
almost
is
impossible to shoot that.
310.
yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. It's insane.
No, from the point where it saw you to where it hit you, you wouldn't have enough time to respond as a human if it deviated at all from its path.
Yeah, yeah,
It just not going to be there.
yeah,
That's insane.
Just
yeah.
So,
just this year, world record fastest flight for a drone, 408 miles an hour,
nope.
Jesus.
408.6 miles per hour. What?
Huh,
In Cape Town, South Africa, they did it. I will say
man.
this. There's a guy that is I don't know where he's at, but he was here in Iowa not that long ago because we're on the drone kick here, is that he is capable. So everything's becoming, it's all brushless motors and stuff like that, right? That's how they keep up with all the speed, but they're lightweight. He's designed a new chassis that he's flying them into tornadoes. Like
Nice.
he's literally flying. I mean,
Oh,
and
I
it's
think
a
I saw
beautiful
that.
shots. And it all really started back in, I think it was 2 years ago. They had this F5 out west in Iowa, and it was this huge, like, wedge tornado with multiple vortexes around the tornado. It was like this crazy, just whirlwind of everything. And it was a beautiful shot. And I think that's when it started. Like, these guys are like, we're making this drone and they're going in and they're flying them into the core of the tornado, in and out of it, just blasting right through it. I mean, it's super, super cool.
That's yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Man.
So to give you some numbers real quick, because God, I love numbers.
Hmm.
Um, a typical clay pigeon or whatever you want to call it, when launched, is about 60 feet per second, or 50 to 60 feet per second. Okay. So in 1 second, it's going to cover 50 feet. You can kind of imagine that. That's this distance off in the distance. That's how fast it goes. All right. At 400 miles an hour, that's almost it's around like 550 feet per second. It's 10 times that distance. There is no way in hell. I'd have trouble
Yeah.
tracking that with my eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, by
But
the
if that's
time
coming
it's
straight,
close enough to
mhm.
you so you can actually even see it with the size they are, like, dude, it's hitting
Yeah,
you a
That's a
second
wrap.
later. Like,
That's a wrap.
that's
There's no, you aren't
wild.
no,
listen for the bees, baby, because that's you just need to run. You
yeah.
know?
Oh, and that's the worst part is watching those videos where the guys are running. They can hear the
Yeah.
drone's following them. They're like climbing under stuff and climbing on top of stuff, and the drone's just kind of ducking and weaving
Oh
under stuff
yeah.
too, and just watch. It's like, and then they turn around and shows the guy's face from like 2 feet away. The drone's like,
Yeah.
Camera feed.
Jesus.
Well, let's move
Yeah,
on from
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
killing.
yeah,
moving
yeah.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
So I read this article. There's these scientists that have been working on. We're kind of going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
There's these scientists that have been working on creating artificial cells, like that can actually replicate and just live life and everything. Like they're not actually alive, but they literally consume stuff, replicate, and like morph and everything. Like they're man, we're getting there. We are literally getting to the point where we're almost able to create synthetic life, like synthetic
It's
cellular
amazing.
life. Like here's
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine like just the in general of like, let's say, they get everything from you at birth, right? So, if they're able to take these things and be like, oh yeah, your cells, you're not producing this anymore, or you're low on this now because you're in your 40s and your 50s and et cetera. And it's like, oh, we'll just give you these and just start pumping yourself back with the same stuff that your body's
yeah.
accepting and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no,
You're
like
talking
synthetic stem cells, like dude, that would be so insane. Like and like I mean, I think
fountain of
we are
youth.
literally yeah, no, seriously. Like drink this little drink that has all these stem cells in it and they're like already programmed to flow to the right part of your body or something like that. And I
Yeah,
don't know, like whatever.
absolutely.
But dude, that'd be so insane. But yeah, like uh this is
Yeah.
dude, we're literally insanely in the future. Like so fucking farther in the future than most people realize or like view.
Fathom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like like we're so far ahead that, that the people that are paying attention and trying to share, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword at the same time, right? Like we're almost at that point, like you said, like this fountain of youth where it isn't going to be uncommon. I think it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago that somebody had stated like on paper that like the generation somebody that's alive now will be able to live to be like 500 years old just because of the way that the everything is going. And now
yeah,
that we have AI rolling, like, and we know that sometimes they kind of dumb it down a little bit and et cetera, but I think for a hot minute there when everything was just running really, really good and no hiccups, like too good, I think there's just a little like I guess words I'm looking for here are like if it's running too good, what does that mean for us? Like you got to hold it back a
Hmm.
little bit, otherwise,
no,
what are we going to
we're
be
just gonna
doing?
combine together, cyborg that shit.
Do it, do it, run
I
it.
mean,
I would
that's
love that.
gonna be what happens because we already got Neuralink, and then that thing we talked about a few episodes back, the ultrasonic version of Neuralink
Yeah,
that like doesn't
yeah,
require surgery,
no
but
surgery.
does the same stuff, just not like as detailed, like not as fine tuned and stuff as a Neuralink because it's not a direct connection or
For
anything.
now,
But
for
like,
now,
yeah, for now. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's insane like what they've already figured out with that. So it
yeah,
really won't take long for the combination of AI and humans to happen. Like I really don't think there's going to be a AI takeover like what people think. It's literally just going to be AI is just going to become integrated with our lives and with us and all of that, so
Yeah.
much so that we won't remember what life was like before AI anymore, like,
Right.
but we'll be better for it. And like we're literally going to be like some superhuman kind of race, like it's going to be
Sure.
insane. So, well, at least the people that can afford it.
Oof,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I mean, if you had the ability to live forever, would you, I mean, to make allow someone to live forever, would you sell that cheap?
Nope.
cheap
Wouldn't need to.
Wouldn't need to.
subscription.
Just
That's
subscription.
what
Oh,
was it?
Jesus
That
Christ.
Justin that J- that
Oh,
Justin Timberlake movie where life is on a time, right? So like you had to do certain things and you had to earn your time or you could donate your time. So people were like, "Oh,
Oh,
I'm
that sounds
1100 years
familiar. Yeah.
old." And they would donate time. What was that?
yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
It's
plug
actually
that into
called In
sound.
Time.
Oh, okay.
In Time, Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. Oh,
Cool.
Killian Murphy's in there too.
Well, hey guys, we are at our time. So yeah, it's
All
awesome
right.
show. I like the new structure
I
and
do too.
format
I
of
get
doing
it.
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I admit I
So
was having problems with it, but I get it now and I love it. Yeah, this is
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'll make the little AI powered thing that can find articles for us, and we'll
Sure.
Good deal.
yeah, we'll just go with whatever it gives us. We'll work on the prompt that it uses and stuff for doing its research and all that. So yeah,
Cool.
Sweet.
it'll be neat.
I'm excited for
Be a
that. That's
cool
cool.
yeah, it'd be a cool feature for the show.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. See y'all guys
All
later.
right.
Thanks
All
for
right.
See you.
joining us,
Laters.
Thanks.
everyone else. See you next week.